Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Decorator Festival. I'm live this afternoon with Kevin Cashin from CT1 and Peel Tech. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the show.
Hola, how are you? Hello, everyone.
I'm great, thank you. Now, we're doing something a little bit different in this session because we're actually live at the KBB exhibition with Peel Tech. And welcome everyone to the session. If you are watching us over on Facebook, it's not too late for you to come and join us over on Crowdcast and put your questions to Kevin when we do our live Q&A a little later in the session. There is a link there in the post. Now, what we're going to be doing in this session is a product demonstration. Peel Tech is the latest technology in paint removal, decorating product of the year winner 2021. And Peel Tech removes all paint fast and easy and saves hours of labour. Well, CT1 we're also going to be looking at, which since it was last featured on the Trade Decorator Festival, has received further accreditations and is widely now used and replaces cork. And we'll also be looking at Multisolve, which is an ever-essential tool for cleaning and prepping tool surfaces. So what I'm going to do is show you a little demonstration, and then we will join Kevin back here for our Q&A.
Actually, I can print it. Here you are again. Is it the second? You're like operating on cold Look much better looking.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's fuck. This is just say, just type in there.
Trying to.
Hi guys, I can see the comments and it seems that we have a problem with the sound on that video. What I'm going to do is, if you stay where you are, I will reset the session and I will stream the video in. There should be sound playing and there unfortunately isn't sound on the video. Could you all bear with me just for 2 minutes and I'll reset it for you so that you can actually hear what's going on. Is that okay? Okay. Kevin, I'll meet you back in the green room and we'll reset the session. Okay.
Okay, so, okay.
No, just I said your name too. I just
Paula.
Yeah.
Paula.
Yeah.
We can do a live demonstration here from the show if you can hear better.
Yeah, we can hear you.
For
And what I can do is where it says join Q&A session, we'll press that at the end and I'll set up I'll set up that video instead of the Q&A session. We can do the video after we do the live session, if that's okay with you. Guys,
yeah, but I'm just saying we could do a live video instead of the stream video. That's all.
Okay, if you want to do that, we'll do that. So if you all stay where we are, and we're going to go live instead of having the video.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem, Kevin.
Sorry, pardon me. So can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So we're joined by the ball builders, as you can see. These guys messing behind me.
Hi guys, welcome
Big
to the
fans
show.
of our products, apparently, so they come to all our shows to annoy us.
We do indeed.
So what we'll do is, Nick, I might need you to. We have our PeelTech demonstration board here. So on top, you can see the likes of the paints that are. So we have all different types of paints: red oxide, black satin. We have yellow, matte, blue, gloss. All these types of paints, varnishes, and spindle with a red gloss on it. Okay. So to speed this up a bit, what I'll do is I'll spray some of the PeelTech on, okay?
Yeah.
And we'll show you how quick it can work. Yeah. Thanks very much. So as you can see, it's starting to work. It just sits on the surface, doesn't drip, stays exactly where you spray. So what I'll do, while that's working, I'll just explain a bit about the product. So you'll all be familiar maybe with paint strippers going back over the years, and they contain a chemical called metal chloride. Years ago, metal chloride was banned from manufacturing and it was replaced with a more friendly chemical, but it affected the quality of the products that were being used. So people went back to kind of sanding, burning, and just scraping more. So what we've done is we've brought out PeelTech, which was DIY Decorator Product of the Year in 2021. And it's 100% metal chloride free. And we have put different chemicals in it to make sure that the product is safe, friendly to use, and very, very quick in its operation. So what I'll do is, I will do a small bit. Sam, where are you? My cameraman, please. These ball builders are difficult to get a handle on. So you can see pretty quickly the way it starts to remove the paint, even the undercoats underneath. Sorry, Sam. Even on the spindles. and the varnishes. All right. So as you can see, it works pretty quickly, within about 2 or 3 minutes, which that hasn't even been. So for all types of varnishes, as I said, all types of paints off all different types of surfaces, you literally just spray and leave. And the beauty of it is, we mightn't get this clear in the camera, but we'll do our best. If you spray it, it doesn't drip or fall. It stays in the point. So if you're doing it on windows, or if you're doing it on spindles or staircases, where you spray it, it'll stay in the same pot, in the same spot, and operates really, really quickly. It's also brilliant for graffiti and the likes of anti-foul, so for boats and all that kind of stuff, you can use it as well. And yeah, it works very, very quick.
Fantastic.
So that's a quick demonstration. So the ball builders will come in and just say goodbye. Say goodbye, lads.
Goodbye. It's just one of us.
And we'll go do the Q&A.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for that demonstration, Kevin. Because we've had to rearrange the session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the Q&A part of the event here. And then if you all click later to join the Q&A session at the bottom, I'll tell you when. We'll go into the other elements, and I'll show the video we was going to show at the beginning, which will have sound, and I'll do the competition in that element because I have no click link to the competition here. So we do need to go into the other session. So can I just say, if you do have any comments that you want to make as we're going along, please feel free to comment. If you've got a specific question you'd like to put to Kevin, if I could ask you to hit the Ask a Question tab and just type it in there for me, and it will help me to keep track of the session and make sure I don't miss your question. So can I ask you, Kevin, how long does it take to work?
Well, as you can see there, Paula, we've done the demonstration because we do a lot of live demonstrations on our products. So it depends. Generally speaking, it's working within a couple of minutes. So I would say within 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, brilliant. And will it remove graffiti from concrete?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
You can spray it on and leave it for a bit, and then it's best to use, because concrete and block work can be fairly porous. You could just use a wire brush with it as well, just to get into all the grooves and the likes of the block work, etc., to remove the graffiti. So yes.
All right. Brilliant. And I've got a question from Paul listening. He said, what coverage area do you get per can?
Yeah. It's a very good question, Paul. So you can see the way you can spray it in a very thick format, or you can spray it in a mist format if you're doing a larger area. So approximately a meter square, approximately, but it depends. You might get slightly less if you are doing a, if you're doing more of a spray in a more confined area that's coming out a bit heavier, but generally on average about a meter square.
Okay, and I've got a question from Brian Dennett. He says, how deep will it penetrate on very old painted woodwork that has multiple coats of lead-based paint?
Yes, that's a good question too. And sorry, that hasn't come up on my screen. Who asked that? Was it Brian?
Yes, Brian Dennett.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. So basically, Brian, you might have to go once or twice. It might just strip it down in layers. But at a trade event a few years ago, a woman came to me and she had about 8 layers of paint on windows, and she brought some and messaged me the next day to buy more because it works so quick all the way through with just 1 layer. So it's very, very difficult to answer because certain paints can be slightly different. But generally speaking, maybe once, maybe 2, you might have to go twice, maybe 3 times, depending on how old and how, but generally once or twice.
Okay, I've got another question here from Wayne Armstrong. He says, hi, Kevin. A few questions from me. Does it strip waterborne as well as solvent-borne coatings?
Okay, so Sorry, Paula, I didn't quite hear the question.
Does it strip waterborne as well as solvent-borne coatings?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, basically, it does.
And Wayne also says, hi, Kevin, as old strippers tended to be alkaline, it needed to be neutralized after use. Does the same apply to this one?
Yes. Once you've stripped away the paint, you just clean your surface like you would normally with. You can use our multi-solve product, which is amazing for that, and it's non-aggressive. But you just solvent clean as normal before you paint.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Is that okay, Wayne? Okay, the next question I have is, can I use Peel Tech to restore a rusty old gate?
Yes. I know this one, Paula, because I've done it myself, and it's a tough application. So yes, it's brilliant for that, because of the nature of it and where it stays in the position where you spray it. It'll stay in the spot. So even if the rails and the gates have kind of curvatures in them and difficult to reach spots, the product stays at that point. So it makes it a bit easier. It's starting to penetrate to get the paint away, and then it makes stripping much easier. Yes.
Okay, and can I use Peel Tech on a bolt to remove anti-foul?
Yeah, it's one actually that came up here at the show, and a colleague of mine done a trade event in. It was in. I remember you done the trade event where you came across this. Was it down
in Jersey.
in Jersey?
Jersey and Guernsey. Yeah.
In Jersey and Guernsey, and actually, yes, it's a fantastic application that we came across just by actually doing it at a trade event because we were never asked that before. So yes, we fit. It's a brilliant application.
Okay, I've got another question come in. Hi, Kevin, does it come in brush on or only in aerosols? Another question from Wayne.
Only in aerosol at the moment, yes. Only in aerosol. So it kind of can cover DIY and a bit of trade market. So it's only in aerosol at the moment.
Okay, and does it contain any harmful solvents? You mentioned about solvents in the a little earlier on when you was doing the demonstration.
No, it doesn't contain any harmful solvents because the solvents that used to be contained in these products were a product, as I said, methyl chloride, which is very aggressive. But look, it is a solvent, so just treat it with the respect as well. As if you have breathing difficulties or if you're asthmatic, use a mask. You know, if you have eczema, just use gloves. So, like, it's a solvent, but it's as friendly a solvent as you can get. You know, that's what I'd say to that.
Okay. I've got a question from Brian Dennett. He says, do you have to start scraping the moment it bubbles, or is it best to leave it for a while? For example, covering with cling film to prevent drying out. So I'll let you answer that bit first, and then there's another part to his question.
Okay. It's a bit of background noise, Paula, so I didn't get, but I think what it is basically is the length of time. If you leave it on longer, is it easier? Is that kind of what it's been?
Yeah, I think so.
What's
He's
been
saying,
asked?
is it best to scrape it as soon as it bubbles, or is it best to leave it for a while?
Yes. Okay. Now, in my experience with this, if you're using it on varnish, I would not leave it very long on varnish. But on paint, if it's on paint onto, say, for example, or graffiti, you could leave it on for a bit longer to really start penetrating. But generally speaking, you know, I would be getting it. You can remove it within 2 or 3 minutes. Varnish, even less than a minute.
Okay. And is there a maximum time after spraying that you can leave it?
Well, with the likes of varnish, I wouldn't leave it too long because it melts and kind of gets very gloopy. But with paint, generally not. But you don't have to leave it you don't have to leave it any real length of time. So
Right.
maybe on the likes of block work, but I wouldn't be leaving. I wouldn't be spraying it today and coming back to it tomorrow, kind of thing. I'd be kind of working on it pretty quickly. And what I would probably do, Paula, if you look at it in the likes of a front door scenario, which I did for my mother actually not so long ago, but you just do section at a time, and that's the way I done it. So.
Okay. And for the guys listening here, where can they buy Peel Tech?
Well, Peel Tech is available, as you can see, I think from behind me, at all Wix branches. So from a DIY point of view, everyone is familiar with Wix. But there's other independent merchants, like we deal a lot with independents as well. So like London Decorating Merchant, Leyland, Wix, as I said, ITS, JT Atkinson, Kemp Black. So there's a lot of independent painting and decorating merchants that have it all over Ireland and the UK. So the best thing to do would be go onto our website, and if you put in your postcode, you will get emails from our was it a BDM or our CRM system. You will get emailed with your local stockist. But if you're struggling, the likes of Wix have it, and as I said, they're nationwide.
All right, fantastic. And will it remove all paints, Kevin?
Pretty much, yes.
And what about?
Yes, it does.
What
I was
about
asked a question actually at this. Sorry, go on.
It's all right. Continue.
Yeah, I was asked a question, Paula, at the show here. Somebody mentioned about lead paint. So yes, like even lead paint.
Okay. And will it damage mirrors or glass?
No, it won't damage it. But like as it is said, if you have to get some paint off away from glass like that, again, if you're ever worried about any surface that you're putting it onto, you could also spray it on a bit of a rag, leave it for a minute or two, and then just wipe the surface and then clean it down straight away if you prefer. So yeah, but it doesn't damage glass. No.
Okay. I've got another question from Brian. He says, will it remove the likes of hammerite?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it will, Brian. And can you buy it online? Have you got any online stockists?
Yes, we would have a few, but we're more. If you actually Google it, if you Google with Peel Tech online, you'll see. So some of our individual customers would have their own websites and e-commerce pages. So if you have, like, there's a few splattered around, but generally speaking, it's done through our customers' websites as opposed to others. But a lot of our products are available at Toolstation, which is a very good partners of ours, but Peel Tech not as quite yet. But CT1 is available at Toolstation.
Okay. And is there a shelf life to Peel Tech?
Not really. Like any solvents, they evaporate over time. So just give it a good shake before you use it. And no, so not really, you don't really have to worry about shelf life. But obviously, if it's left for years and years, solvents evaporate over the course of time, but you're looking at years, to be honest.
Okay, that brings me to the end of the planned session. If anybody has got any other questions you want to type in quickly before we finish in here, then please do so. Because we've had to run the session a little bit backwards, if you are watching over on Facebook and you want to come and watch the video that we were going to play at the beginning and you want to join in the competition, we'll be launching our competition in the next element of the show, and you can win a hamper full of Peel Tech and CT1 goodies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this session here. It will take me a couple of minutes to put the stream key in for the video. But I promise I will show you that video if you join me now in the Q&A session by pressing the green button where it says join Q&A, and I will show the video there for you. Thanks for joining us on the show, Kevin.
Thanks very much, everyone. And I'm glad you enjoyed the presentation, Brian. Thank you very much. I see your comments.
Thanks, everyone. I'll see you all again in a couple of minutes. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Trade Decorator Festival, and I've now got the demonstration for you for the Peel Tech and CT1 event. Thank you for coming over and joining us on here. Following the demonstration, we will be launching our competition where you can win a hamper full of Peel Tech and CT1 goodies. So here's the demonstration, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
aggressive paint stripper, but very, very effective. Now, the reason being is it had a chemical called metal chloride in it. And the metal, don't mind this thing in my ear, I'm just videoing something. But the metal chloride was classed as a Class A carcinogenic. So the minute the manufacturing and health and safety people got controls, they said you have to ban that from all manufacturing. So the challenge then was to come up with a product that would work better than the old styles, but not have any dangerous chemicals in it. So we had to come up with a product that would work, not damage the base material, and not damage the person using it before you could even bring it to market, which is a major challenge. And that's the challenge we have with PeelTech. So, does that answer your question all right?
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't be distracted by it. Does that answer your question? Okay. All right. Well, look, I'll just remove here some of the mahogany varnish. You can see. And what I'll do then is I'm going to get you to do some work now. All right?
Okay.
So I'll remove the clear. You can see what it's doing to the varnishes. So you pick whichever one you want to do. So we have the yellow gloss, we have the spindle, just on the bottom there. So if you even want to go to the side, you go to the side of it there.
Yeah. And what kind of paint is this on it though?
That's a red gloss with undercoat.
So if you're trying to get into the
That's been sprayed as well. So if you have, let me just show you. You can get the tools with the curve on them to go right in. But also what you can do is you could just, this is not going to be there. You can get, but you can get a scour pad, which will really remove it as well. See that? All right? Yes. We've had situations over the last few days where people have had paint on old Victorian brick and old oak for years and years, layers and layers that has been repainted and repainted. And actually, one lady is, I must show you this actually, because a woman came to the show on Thursday and she had a problem with removing some paint, but she had a big job to come up. So I'm going to show you this, guys, because just read that. So now, that just came totally random the other night. So I want to show you one other thing, right? Because, is that fair enough?
Yeah, we talked about
Yep.
so we're doing this onto a veneer.
Yep. Veneers, it's timber or it's kind of,
Yeah.
no, not at all. As I said, the only thing is on the likes of plastics. You have to be careful with the likes of plastics. But if there's any base material that you come up with, you're not 100% sure of, spray a small bit in an area and clean it really quickly. Because it works really, really fast. So don't leave it lie on something that you might be a bit cautious of. But this will explain a bit better to you. So here we have the cards that we use for our demonstrations. They have a litho print on them. So it's an oil-based print, and it goes through two processing to embed it right in the card. So any solvent on the market won't remove this ink without damaging the card. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray PeelTech on one, all right? And this is our multi-solve. Now, multi-solve is fantastic for removing ink, crayon, marker off surfaces without damaging the surface. But as I said, because of the nature of this card and this print, there's no product in the market that is going to be any way effective to remove it. So let me just show you what I mean. So if we rub where the multi-solve is sprayed, remember, this product's fantastic for removing ink, but because of the nature of this ink, But if we take the Peel Tech, even though we'd normally leave it a bit longer, see the nature of it. See how quick that is? But again, without damaging the card in any way, shape or form. And that's the product.
CT1 is the only product in the market with Tribrid technology, making it 3 times stronger than a traditional product with hybrid polymer. With Tribrid technology, it is scientifically proven to have excellent colour retention. So white stays white and clear stays clear. What you may not know is CT1 is not just a silicone and adhesive, but it's also a cork. So when you're fixing skirts and arcs, you can then cork them in afterwards, as we'll show you in this video. CT1 can also be painted, but must be fully cured and is paintable with all trade water-based products. However, it is not suitable with alkyd paints. For best results, always test a small area first. CT1 will also bond to all metals, including lead. Glass, mirrors, all woods, MDF, polystyrene, fiberglass, tiles, concrete, most stones without staining, most synthetic products, plastics excluding PP, PE and PTFE. Competitor sealants over time crack, causing flaking and shrinkage. With CT1 there are no solvents and we can guarantee it will never shrink or crack due to its Tribrid technology with 350% elongation. CT1 clear and white have much longer colour retention than hybrids. CT1 is now widely used as filler and cork, but remember to prime first. CT1 is made in Britain and is the only product you need for your decorating, and it's available in most builders merchants across the country. PeelTech is a safer alternative to traditional methods of removing paint, such as heat, harsh solvents and mechanical methods. It's easy to use from a handy aerosol with a unique nozzle delivering the right amount of product onto any given surface. Due to its unique formulation, it will not damage the base material and it will prepare the surface perfectly for recoating. PeelTech is unbelievably versatile and works on almost all materials with the same clinical efficiency. This unique product reduces labour considerably with no dangerous vapours or accidental scratching, making it perfect for trades and DIYers.
Let us tell you about a product that won Decorator's Product of the Year 2021. PeelTech removes paint from multiple surfaces.
Grab yourself a can today and watch the paint peel away.
Hi everyone, Nick from Rushmore Painting and Decorating. One thing I like to do when undertaking any painting and decorating work is to restore any window and door furniture as much as possible. Well, I'd rather do that than replace it, especially if it's in good working order. And one way I like to do that is by using the CT1 PeelTech paint stripper. If you don't have this in your van, I highly recommend it. It makes cleaning up any metal window and door furniture really easy. And as I said, I highly recommend carrying this in your van. Thanks for watching.
I want to quickly tell you about a product that I found that is amazing. You know when you've got products that you just leave in your van because you know they'll come in really handy one day? Well, one such product is PeelTech. It's a paint stripper, but without all the bad stuff. And normally without all the bad stuff, it doesn't work. But this stuff really does work. It's ideal for just, if you've got door furniture that's got paint all over it, give it a spray, leave it a couple of minutes, give it a sand down or a wire wall off. It comes up lovely. So yeah, PeelTech is just one of those products that you just need to be left in your van. Have it as a go-to product that will get you out of spot of bother. So yeah, get some in your van. Also, when I'm talking to you, CT1, another good product. It can be used as an adhesive, as a filler. Another little product that you need in your van, as well as multi-solve, which is like a degreaser. You can use it if you're silicone in, you can spray it over the silicone and use that to shape it. So yeah, 3 products that you really need to keep in your van. Peel Tech. If you haven't got this in your van, are you even a real decorator? It's a paint stripper that actually works. It's got none of the bad stuff, which normally means that it's going to be a bit of a rubbish product, but it's not. It's an amazing product. Really works well. And it's just one of those products you need to have in your van to get you out of those times when you're in a bit of bother. So get some Peel Tech, put it in your van. Thank me later.
Welcome back. So that was our video demonstration, and I'm sure you saw some familiar faces there from the decorating world as well, and their testimonials, which speak for themselves. So if you've not yet tried a CT1 or Peel Tech or Multisolve, then they're 3 great products that you should have in your van. We are now going to launch the competition. So beneath me on the screen, you will see a green button that says enter competition. That, when this session finishes, will take you through to our website. And if you fill in your details there, there's a GDPR compliant entry form, and we will be choosing the winners for all our events after the event has finished. The T's and C's and the entry dates are all there on the forms. So I hope you enjoyed the session. We will be back tomorrow with more events. In fact, right through till the end of the week. And please register for those events, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you all for joining us. See you soon.